Since 2021, Google has been a partner on the governing council. So has IBM, Boeing, and Chainlink. It really does seem that a lot of big tech companies in the US are in love with this platform, and many Americans too, in particular, seem to be big fans of it. I'm talking about Hedera Hashgraph, which has been in the spotlight for a lot of good reasons recently. It's also, by the way, a made in the USA coin. And so given all the attention, we thought we'd ask the question, how many HBAR do you need to acquire today in order to be a millionaire at the height of the bull cycle? Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. All the best of luck if you choose to invest into HBAR or otherwise. I wish you very well. Just remember that I'm not a financial or investment advisor and that by extension, this video is not official financial or investment advice. We don't often talk too much about what Hedera is as a project or what it does, so I figure that's a good place to start. And an important distinction right off the bat to mention is that it operates as a hash graph and actually not as a blockchain. And there is a difference here because a hash graph is kind of like if 10 people are in a room, let's say talking to each other. They're sharing information, they're chatting about certain things that are true, but they're also gossiping about other stuff that's not true, kind of like that whole broken telephone situation. And all of this sharing of information allows people to come to a consensus very quickly. That means the typical misinformation associated with the broken telephone game don't last long in a hash graph. The result is that we get fast transactions and fast consensus. Plus, Hedera is also a very secure system that is very difficult, if not impossible, to tamper with. The idea is actually to see if a distributed hash graph like this can be even faster and more effective than a blockchain. And there are some technical people out there that will argue a hash graph is superior to a blockchain. Then you have people that are going to argue the opposite. So we have both camps. But that's kind of besides the point here, and certainly beyond the scope of this video. What I want to highlight and impress upon you is the fact that Hedera is a permissioned chain. That means that only approved validators, like council members, Google, for instance, can approve transactions. Eventually, the goal is to move entirely to permissionless, but they're not there just yet. If we take a look at how the HBAR token is doing in terms of price, HBAR, it's been around since 2018, and that means it's been through a lot, including certainly more bear markets than most crypto projects have typically survived. It's been active on exchanges since 2019, and to see its potential for what it can do in the future, let's first consider what it's done in the past and so far up to this point. Its all-time low was its bear market low in 2020 at just under 1 cent at 98/100ths of a cent. That was in January 2020 before the chaos of COVID even hit the markets. And then by contrast, its all-time high was 56.9 cents. That was hit on the 15th of September 2021. So about 3.5 years ago. For the last 3 years, so since April-ish 2022, its performance has been pretty flat, mostly in the 5 to 10 cent range, not above 19 cents as we're seeing here where it's trading today. So holders in the last 6 months actually have been rewarded. If you're among them, then kudos. The run that we've seen since October shows a move from about 4.6 cents up to 19 or 20 or so cents. That's basically a 4 times gain. This Altcoin Buzz Spotlight is brought to you by Sui. And if we take a look at the market, you could say that it's gone crazy really over the last 30 days. We saw 2 huge liquidations of over $1 billion and a pump and dump over the weekend, as we've been talking about in this video. But some coins like SUI, S-U-I, have weathered the storm and are still a great investment opportunity today. It has quickly become one of the leading altcoins in this market, and let's consider why here. First of all, SUI is killing it in terms of all the big sectors that it supports. So I'm talking about DeFi. That is where SUI crossed $1 billion in TVL and is almost at $1.5 billion in record time. SUI liquidity aggregator DeepBook also launched its DEEP token, DEEP, in October, which is holding up well despite the tough market conditions. Walrus is changing the game in decentralized data storage. Its token launch is coming very soon. And Solana builders are building on SUI now with integrations like Phantom and Backpack. SUI even has a small but growing meme coin market for the meme coin lovers out there. If you have not used Sui lately, then come give it a try. And also follows Sui's X account for all the latest updates. Check out the links that you'll find in the description of this video below. If we consider the charts here, we do see downside support at 15 cents, 9.5 cents, and 5 cents. At 5 cents, there has been very strong support, really only breaking down once recently with that recent low that I mentioned of 4.6 cents. If it goes below that, then we're down to support levels of 3 years ago and about 3 cents. And then on the upside, we have some mild resistance represented by 24 cents and 33 cents. And then, of course, the next big resistance point is the all-time high. That was 56.7 cents. If HBAR manages to break up above that, then we're in price discovery mode. It could go parabolic, $2, $3, $4, maybe even $5. For context though, if we were just to get back to the old all-time high of that 56.7 cents, that would represent about a 200% or 3 times ROI from here. All right, but exactly how many HBAR do you need today if you want to cash them out and achieve millionaire status at the height of this crypto bull cycle? Let's round up the price that we saw. So we're talking about 19 cents and change. Let's round that up to 20 cents for the current price, just for the sake of illustration here. It's a nice round number. Talking about today at a price of 20 cents, then pretty simple math. We divide a million by the token price of 20 cents. We'd need 5 million HBAR tokens to be a millionaire today. But really we're asking the question, it's kind of a thought experiment. How high can the HBAR token go? Let's consider $2. Also very simple math. At a price of $2, we divide a million by $2. We'd need 500,000 HBAR tokens. And if we were to buy them today at 20 cents each, that investment would cost us $100,000. Let's be a little bit more optimistic, for example, and consider the possibility, however likely or unlikely you feel it is, but hypothetically, let's consider if Trump, for example, were to add HBAR to some sort of strategic crypto reserve, or maybe even his World Liberty financial portfolio. If they buy it, we could possibly see a much higher price. Let's assume $10 to $14. Well, at $10, again, simple math, divide $1 million by $10, you'd need 100,000 HBAR. And also simple math, 100,000 HBAR at a cost of 20 cents per token, that would cost $20,000. So that would be the cost of acquisition. If Hedera were to get to $14, then we divide $1 million by that figure. And as you can see, we'd need just under 71,500 HBAR right now. And at a cost of 20 cents each, that would cost us today $14,285. So let me know what you think about Hedera in the comments below the HBAR token, its potential. Also, you can weigh in on that debate, Hashgraph versus blockchain technology. Certainly this project is a survivor, and I think it's going to see some good times in the future. It's just a matter of degree. How optimistic are you? Let me know your predictions in the comments below. Also, be sure to join the discussion both on X and Discord. You can find those links in the description.